after Kulsum comes Alnur. Alnur is in London. And Alnur was also quite the playboy, wouldn't you say? And I gotta tell you, I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. You know, if he needed to do something with you, he's the kind of guy who would actually walk the world to do something with you. He's fearless. You know, in his thinking, his family, we spent 5 days with him in London and he barely slept. But when I think of him, I just think of generosity. I mean, you know, he is just all about the family. And so we're very, very lucky to have Alnur. And then came... Where's my...
Present.
Present. Yeah, right. And oh my goodness, you know, I have no words for my brother then, because he and I are so connected. When I had mumps, the doctors could not diagnose it, but my brother knew. Okay, when I hurt my head, every 3 hours, you must talk, you must talk, you must talk. So long distance, but the care and the love, unimaginable. Okay? Unimaginable, unconditional. You were there for me all the time. So this is my family. We've never actually spoken about the family. Then what happens is the brothers get married and sometimes just find a partner. And so we've inherited in the way of Yasmin and Shama and Zeenat, 3 incredibly beautiful women. I mean, if you hear them talk, there's nothing but love that comes out from them. You know, even as we were speaking this week, there is just so much love. And so it's not like it's a marriage, and that's why no one's being formal here. Okay, but it's amazing. And then the sisters, of course, we found Fateba, we found Abdul Ba, Mamad Ba, who always stood like sons for my parents. So, you know, and I already mentioned Amin. So I just want to say a big thank you, because if it wasn't for all of the encouragement that these sets of pillars would have given me, I don't know where I would be. I honestly don't. It's a lot of support. So then these 8 siblings of mine gave birth to 16. So I can't walk them through all of them. But I will say that, you know, it's magical because each of the 16 is unique.
Just do the 3 elders.
Huh? Yeah, right. You know, and I tell you, we will have Amira and Amal speaking, but you know, right from the oldest to the youngest, they are forces of their own. They're incredibly beautiful, generous, wonderful, wonderful women. And the beauty about nieces and nephews is the moment you start looking at the human beings, you find that you just uncover so much, you know. So for all my 16 nieces and nephews today, you know, the support that you give me, you know, and again, you were just there. And then so these 16 now gave birth to another 16. So we have Adam, you know, who is the leader of the herd. Okay, and I listen to Adam and I go, oh my goodness, you know, I don't think I was half as smart as you when I was your age. I mean, he's out there doing the jackets for people in Qatar, and, you know, he's one of these modern Silicon Valley kind of social goals, kind of a business guy, right? And so inspiring. And then we have Leah, who calls me the other day, and she says, Karim Nana, where are you? It was a Saturday evening. And I was at Alnur and Aries' house, and she goes, where are you? We're downtown. I saw your house. I want to come and see you. And I go, oh. You know, and then I said, I'm not home. She goes, where are you? I'll come where you are. You know? You know, so Leah wanted to crash the party at a young age. And I say to you, so we come back to family. And I guess my key message here is, you know, you look at what Mom and Dad did, and you look at all of the crown jewels that have come after, and you know, you think those values have just remained with us, right? And so, you know, as I kind of was thinking this morning, you know, we come into this world alone, and we go out of this world alone. In between, we have each other. What we take with us is our deeds, and what we leave behind is our values. And so it's our values Okay? It's a value that those two individuals inculcated in us. That is the reason we are still together. I have a belief that when people get together, they say, oh, there's a fit between this person and this person. And I go, a fit is okay, it's like a jigsaw. And then they said there's chemistry, and I go, you know what? Compatibility and chemistry are not sustainable. Character is. And when you add the values and the character together, it's actually a magnet. And then you actually stay together, right? So that's what we've inherited from our forefathers. So about the book. About the book, what I'll say is people sometimes understand travel differently. And I struggle whether to call it a Globetrotter story or a journey. Because how I feel is it's more like a journey. Most people go out and they just look, right? So I use a metaphor of a house in the book. And so I think looking is great if that's all you want to do. But as I also say, you escape, so life does not escape you. Not to escape life, right? And so, but I think the deeper thing here is you go in and you actually internalize what you're seeing. So whether in today's circumstance, whether it's what's going on in Puerto Rico where 3 million people are out of power, or the Muslims being chased out of Myanmar, or what might be happening in Crimea, there are real people out there and you make it you. You bring it inside yourself so you change. As someone said, let the world change you so you can change the world. And so you go back into the history. So why is it that this bucket of people left from Gujarat and some ended up in Malaysia, some ended up in Madagascar, some ended up in Mozambique. What were the reasons? But even beyond that, if you connect the dots, we have so much in common with the human race, right? And then so that consciousness, that collective consciousness is what travel brings to you. Okay, and then the last piece is it changes you. So then you actually stand for something in the world such that, because of the social decay that's happening today, through all this hate stuff that's coming out, as a collective consciousness, we stand, not just in terms of the intersections that we see, Muslim, brown, Indian, whatever the intersections are, but much more universally for other people who are actually going through suffering. Okay, so that's what travel means to me. I also believe that travel is not a luxury, it's an investment. A lot of people say, well, it's not for everyone, and I agree. It's hard. But the same people will be renovating their kitchen for $50,000. So I think people make a choice. And so to me, travel is an investment, and so I would encourage us, to have this fantasy that there would be a registered travel savings plan, tax-free someday, right? And so we can continue to invest for our people. And there are many people in this room who are actually encouraging their kids to travel. And the MBA schools like Kellogg's in Shanghai, they're all having their students travel the world because they know that that's an incredible way to learn. And you're very lucky. You are doing this at such a young age. So that's all I had to say about the family and the book. Before I wrap up, I have been reflecting a lot, obviously, because the energy today needs to be present. And as I think about our history, I don't know how it is that history gets told often from the point of view of a man. And in our cultures, I'm not suggesting necessarily today, but we also tend to reference the man, okay? And so today I want this gathering. The book is a tribute. The book is dedicated to mom and dad. The event is dedicated to family. And by family, I mean the extended family. Joel and Jennifer, Alexa, Marina, Arlene, Aries, they're all like my family to me. They've just shown up in my life and they're incredible people. Okay, so by family, I mean chosen and biological family. But what I would say is I would like today's toast to be for all the women in the extended Ladak family. Okay, and so that would include Jennifer, Marina, Nadia, everybody, okay? And in the family. Because I will tell you that as you reflect on life, and as you look at all the women in the family, They just are so courageous. There is so much strength there. They're able to sustain pain. They're able to thrive on change and keep moving in life. And this is very, very unique. And the contributions that the women in our family have made to us, I feel I want to change the narrative, because in our language there is, oh my God, she's so good, she's standing by them just like a man. So my narrative now is probably going to be, oh my God, he's so good, he's standing by their parents just like their daughter, you know? So it's like we just need to change that narrative. So when you drink the sherbet, just think about the sweetness of their love, because the family in the women in our family have been that for us. So a toast to the women.